Welcome back. We got some more editing here to do in this batch. So you can see these are starting to get into some of the sunset shots, which are near the end. And really, I don't really see anything in this one, to be honest. We need to do. It's a little hazy because of the sunset. That's some of the point. Let me actually get rid of just this little bit right here. Maybe even this too. Everything else is so clean and pristine that does kind of stand out a little bit. Oh, we got this little bit back here I'll get rid of. Okay, so pretty minimal, but there we go. Next one. There we go. Looks like, oh, computer froze a little bit there. Yeah, it looks like your computer froze. I'm going to pause real quick while this comes back and we'll figure out what's going on. All right, yeah, it looks like it came back. No errors or anything. It just froze. I guess it was thinking as that file was saving in the background. There's one thing. So as we're doing more and more shots here, it is eating up more and more RAM. I can pull this over so you can see here. But you can see Photoshop is now using, over 40 gigs of RAM. Where it was only, using 20 when we first started. But as we've added more and more images, we don't have them open all at the same time. And that's one reason why I don't open a lot of them at the same time, is because it does eat up a ton of RAM and makes everything go slower. Also, I've had issues with Photoshop crashing once you hit a certain amount. I've submitted so many bug reports to Adobe for that for quite a while now, but they have yet to fix it. It seems like, I think the number was 20. If I tried to do over 20, open over 20 TIFF files, it would crash every single time. So I limit the number that I do each time. But still, collectively, overall, the cache that it builds for Photoshop, it starts to add up. We got just slight increasing memory. I don't think there's necessarily a memory leak, but it just seems like Photoshop, the more large files you open, I've noticed it just starts to creep up until you can close out of it and kind of do a reset, which we haven't done. Obviously, we've kept it open as we're getting through these, and I think we'll be okay to get through. See that bruise there? I think we're good. There we go. I think get rid of this little bit right here. Just a little bit of distraction on the ground. Get for that really, really clean, minimal look. This stuff in the background actually doesn't bother me. I mean, we could remove it if we wanted to, but it doesn't bother me. And again, there's going to be some optional things. If you are following along and you want to remove that stuff, by all means, feel free. But for my purposes, that's not something I'm going to do. Unless it's something that, after I send these over, if that's something she wants done, then I'll do that. But typically, we don't do that. We've worked together in the past. We don't really remove a lot of stuff that's more instrumental to the background like that is. I don't think we're really going to see anything here with the sun to get rid of anything to make it worthwhile or to that's noticeable. Go. Close this. This one here, yeah, we can remove that. That's fine. You notice I didn't do it in the last one. It would have been a little much. I mean, it was, most of it was covered up by her, so I don't think that's a big deal. I think we're good there. Save this. Add a little. On to the next one. Coming down to the home stretch of this. You can see the bruise there. Clean that up. This little bit here. Some of these. I think we're good. That's our bracelet. This one really nothing. I mean, you don't really see much other than that. So I think we're good. Really nothing to save there. But I am going to turn it off and turn it back on to save it. So it will go through the save process. The reason for that, even though we didn't make any changes to that file, it does take a little bit extra of time, of course, to save, to go through the save process. But that will update the modified on the file so that I know that I did go through the process of looking at it, and it was a conscious decision on my part to not make any changes, and that's fine. But so I can pull this over just to illustrate. So because we're looking at the date modified as kind of a tracker for which ones we've done and which ones we haven't as we're going through these, that gets updated when we save it, which is why we're using it, because we know that, okay, we've updated the file, which means that we've looked at it and we've made some changes to it, as minor as they are. But that way, even if we don't make any actual edits to it, just turn the layer off, turn it back on. That's technically a modification as far as Photoshop is concerned. So it will save the file when you close it. Otherwise, you close the file, it won't update, it won't save it, which means it won't give you that update, that date modified. Just a little thing that I do to keep everything the same, basically. It's a way of managing the large amount of files to see which ones we've edited, which ones we haven't. And if there's one outlier, then it can throw things off in my own head of which ones got done, which ones didn't. Which often means that I will open up the file again and be like, oh, I haven't edited this one yet. And then I waste that time of opening. So I might as well just go ahead and save it now. All right, so we have these files saving. We'll do what we've done previously. If we hop back here, we are, looks like we've got up until 9 were these ones to edit. So looks like we're pushing along. So some of these are going to save. So we've probably got around 50 or so, it looks like. So we're making some good progress. All right. We'll see you in the next video when we continue on with our edits.